Hello you guys, happy Friday. I'm heading out the door. I'm going to go do a shutter shoot. Let's freaking go. Have myself a nice little afternoon. This freaking bench that I ordered from World Market was supposed to come yesterday, like that's when they told me it would, and it didn't, and then they called saying they're on their way now, so I have to go back home. What no one tells you about when you order furniture is all the ridiculous amount of recycle you're gonna have. Oh my gosh. My day took a turn. This bench is here. I've been trying to like do our upstairs deck to make it like a nice place to be. No one's home. I'm gonna try and see if I can attempt to put the bench up there. I think I can do this. There is styrofoam. Styrofoam for me is like nails on a chalkboard. I'm back home. I'm gonna edit these photos, and I just wanted to talk about like photo editing and all of that stuff. Skillshare is an online community for creators with over 25,000 classes in all sorts of things from photography, videography, design, business. The videos are really well made and professional, and they're done by people that have a lot of knowledge. I just think this website is so cool because anything that I have learned in videography and photography, it's just learning from other people and what they do. And it's all right here on Skillshare. I've always been so interested in little animations, and I'm so excited they actually have a new workshop coming up in animation. Oh, it just looks so freaking cool. So for this, it teaches you how to create GIFs or GIFs, whatever you want to call it, in Procreate in After Effects. This one just looks really cool. So I'm gonna join that one actually. If you were taking classes in school that taught you this stuff, it'd literally be thousands of dollars. An annual subscription of Skillshare is less than $10 a month. Like, it is crazy. So I'm just genuinely so excited to give you guys the link below. It gives you a 2-month completely free trial of Skillshare. I feel like I have a lot of viewers that also do photography, videography stuff, and there's so many classes on there. I definitely would recommend signing up, trying it out, seeing what more you could learn. Okay, so thank you to Skillshare for sponsoring this video. Back to my little mini Skillshare episode. No, I'm kidding. So here we go. Once I get done with a photo shoot, I will take the photos and put the memory card in my computer, and then I just open up the file with all the photos. I won't just like go like this and take them all because that's like a huge waste of storage. What I'll first do is turn it into slideshow mode, and I'll basically just look through, and when there's a good one, I'll just rename it and I'll go 1, and then I'll go, okay, that's a good one too, and then I'll go 2. And I literally just do this. It's like a super tedious process. And then once I have probably anywhere from 30 to 150, it just depends on the shoot, then I'll go into like the list mode. I'll just highlight the numbered good ones, and then I'll put I feel like coloring isn't that hard as long as you expose the picture properly. Like if I zoom in on it, her skin tones look good. They don't look too dark. They don't look too light. Everything looks good to me. I like to shoot a little bit on the lighter side just because I like photos, especially senior photos, to look light and bright. So I'd rather it be slightly overexposed than be slightly underexposed. That's just me. I still consider myself pretty amateur at taking photos, but whatever. What I usually do is I just go to presets. I've downloaded presets in the past from some blogger, and it had like 40 presets, so I thought it was like a super good deal. But all the presets are really they just look bad to me. Like they're overly edited. I don't like things to look overly edited like that. So I never use these. Would not recommend. MLR, bright and light. No. Then I downloaded these presets from your friend Andre, who's an Instagram photographer who's super popular, and he takes incredible photos. Like they always look so good. I love the way he edits. I love the way it looks. So I was like, I'm gonna get his presets, and I love them. I think it was like 2 for $40 versus like this MLR bright and light one was like 20 for $40. So I thought at the time, oh, that's such a good deal. I'm getting like 20 good ones for $40. No, it is not about quantity, okay? It is about quality, and these Your Friend Andre ones are so good. There's 2 of them, and basically this one just kind of like bumps everything up and makes it brighter and lighter and really pretty. And then there's this one that like gives this really cool like teal effect to it. I don't use the teal one that often, but it's so cool looking. So I'll show you. This isn't a very good example. Let me find a different photo. I took senior photos for this girl yesterday, and I'm gonna put the Your Friend Andre preset on it, and it just makes it like so bright and pretty. And then from there, the only thing that I really mess with, sometimes it's a little bit too saturated. I'll have these linked below. It bumps up the saturation to +20, which is, to me, like so much. So sometimes I'll bring the saturation down a little bit. The only other thing I'll mess with is there's exposure, contrast, highlights, shadows, whites, and blacks. And I really don't know everything there is to know about things, but for the most part, I'll only use exposure if the whole photo is really underexposed. This one looks good, so it doesn't make sense for me to like bump it up. I mean, contrast is just making things like way more intense. Like the blacks are really black and the whites are really white. I don't like doing that. I never use contrast. The highlights are like the brightest things in the photo. So like in this, the highlights would be like this window and like the brightest parts of my face. If you bring highlights down, it darkens that. So for this, she originally looked like this, but if I brought the highlights down, it would kind of like darken her face. I do like to lessen the highlights if it seems too bright. You just play it by ear. You literally look at it with your naked eye and go, yep, that looks right to me. I like that. So for shadows is the darkest part. So like right here in this video, if I lifted up the shadows, it would make it brighter. So for this, lifting up the shadows really brightens up her hair, and I really like how that looks, and it also brightens up her face and takes away some of the shadows from the face. That I think is more flattering for her face. So anything to make the person look more flattering. Whites then just make whites even whiter. I don't really mess with whites very much. That's fine, I guess. I don't know the difference between blacks and shadows. They look slightly different. I don't know, I just kind of play it by ear and I go like, well, that looks way too black, so I'm gonna bump it up. And then I'm like, okay, like, that looks nice. And that's literally what I do. I just stick on the Your Friend Andre preset, and then I mess with the exposure, highlights, shadows, whites, blacks, maybe a little bit of saturation. And that's basically it, you guys. Check out Skillshare, link below. You can learn so much more than what I just told you. So that is what I'm gonna do with the rest of my day. It's 2 p.m. and I'm literally gonna edit so many photos. So I'm gonna get to it.